Okay, so we're gonna work on this Massey Ferguson 65 carburetor, and there's where you find the front of the carburetor plate. So apparently this is a Marvel shovel or whatever, Marvel shoveler, iron out. So we know that that's the air mix. And I took a close look at it, and of course you can't tell his machine tolerance, right? But it's no obvious damage, like someone torqued it down really hard. And then we've got our main jet here, right, which goes in to the bottom. This part goes into the other videos that guys have done, guys that know what they're talking about. It's M&MS carburetor has a really good one. Anyways, he's mentioning that these holes down here get plugged. So you got one on that side, one on that side. You're gonna spray around in there. The only thing that I could see, like, there is some sediment that got in there, and this thing here would seem to be plugged. But I'll spray all around and clean all this. You can see that it's actually in pretty good shape, so maybe a kit would work for this one, because you'd be worried, you know, like on the tolerances, what that is fitting into is maybe on some carburetor so corroded that it wouldn't work, but this one seems like it's in pretty good shape, so I might be willing to take a chance. And you know, here there's supposed to be a strainer attached on this fuel entry here, and there isn't. So the only thing that I've got straining the fuel right now is that fuel tap with the sediment bowl. So this thing's really expensive. If I could get that as part of the kit, in a full kit, you know, and then with a new main jet and then all these other, it would be good. The position of the bowl was exactly horizontal, so that was pretty good. Like when it's mentioned too, this atomizer, apparently some guys put it in upside down. If you look at how it fits in, you'd have to be pretty stupid to put it upside down. So as I'm putting this thing together, I'm starting to hope that maybe it just needs a fuel filter, inline fuel filter. Keep the gasket on there, and the atomizer should stick up a bit. So and then we put this on top. So I can hear that the float's moving around. And for me, the last, I guess, is the mix screw. That's going to be all the way in, but not too hard, like the man says, and then 1.5 turns out. Hi guys, on this Massey Ferguson carburetor issue again. So what it was doing is still the same. I put the carb back on, and it was the same thing. It was still fussing with me. It would run for a few minutes and then stop. And I just kept playing with the mixture screw. Luckily I wasn't in a big hurry to go do something else, so I kept playing with the mixture screw. And sure enough, when I made it pretty rich, it's only like a half turn in, it actually kept idling and it never stalled out anymore. So then I was just playing with the main jet again, and it didn't make that much difference. But this mixture screw, it actually made the machine stall out after a few minutes, just like it's starving for fuel. So it's fixed. I mean, it runs good enough now. So considering that the tractor actually functions and it'll actually pull some weight and do its job for a while, I could just go with a basic kit that replaces that one air mixture screw and a few other screws. I was thinking that it was starving for fuel, like it was, so I added a fuel filter before I reused the carburetor again, before I put the carburetor back up. I was thinking, well, maybe it's not getting air from this air filter, oil air filter. Nope, it's not that. It was just that one little mixture screw doing everything. So good to know, like when you're trying to get these things to work again, you know, you got to take some time and play with it for a long time. It's not just going to instantly happen. And you know, every situation's different, right? So, alright, that was my experience with this. It's working.